Hi, and welcome to this first video blog. Thanks for watching. If you are already a reader of my blog, thank you very much. If you're not, I'll put the address down here somewhere, but it's marchevsky.me.uk. Good luck spelling that. I thought doing a video blog this way could be quite fun. Turns out I was wrong. This is probably about the 20th take by now. But, as they say, fun is in the eye of the beholder. Well, I suppose they say, I say. Which brings me to the topic. Fun. Gamification is one of those topics that should seem fun. And it's why I came to it as a games player for nigh on 30 years and as a web developer for the last 12 years. It seemed like quite a natural fit. But actually I realised that people within the gamification industry shy away from the word fun. For some reason they don't like it. It wasn't until I had a chat with Scott Schnars, who's at Badgeville, that I kind of realised why. And it's made me sort of question my approach a little bit, because I keep banging on about why we don't make things a bit more fun and try harder. First, let's get a definition for fun. So fire up Google, type in define fun, and you'll get the following. Noun, enjoyment, amusement, or light-hearted pleasure. All of those are very subjective words. They're very personal, they have very personal meanings to everyone. What's fun for somebody might be torture for another person. A really good example of this is my battle to try and start losing weight. Not to lose weight, to try and start losing weight. I need to start running. It's a quick and easy way. I've tried it before, it worked very well for me. But I can't motivate myself. So I thought I'd turn to the world of apps and try things like Runtastic, Nike Plus, and none of them really work for me. You get this little motivational guy saying, yeah, well done, you've run a mile, tell your friends. Doesn't really work for me. But then somebody told me on Twitter about Zombie Run, and I thought, well, it was a bit pricey, but I'll have a look. They swear by it, and lo and behold, fabulous. You're put into a story about you're a zombie survivor, you crash landed, and you need to get to an encampment, and they talk you through the process, and they tell you what's going on, and start introducing you to stories. And as you go, you're collecting stuff, and every now and then you get attacked by zombies, and you have to run a bit faster. And I found it really engaging. I really enjoy it, and I actually look forward to doing the next mission. And the really good thing about it was that not only do you collect things, but what you collect then goes towards building up your encampment afterwards. So it's a proper game, and it's really helped me get off the sofa. But the thing about gamification and its general use is it's there to try and change behaviour. It's to try and make you do something which goes against your normal. Daniel Pink, in his book Drive, talks about what motivates us as human beings. And he goes on in his TED talk, the surprising science behind motivation, about the fact that extrinsic rewards, like money, badges, all the usual gamification-y style things, don't really work for anything more than the most simplistic of tasks. Very good watch, actually. I definitely recommend it. But he talks about the three things that motivate humans. And he talks about autonomy, mastery, and purpose. And when you're being forced to do something, when someone is trying to change your behaviour, you are removing autonomy, the need for humans to feel like they're in control. When it comes to something like fun, you're in that dangerous area of trying to force somebody to have fun. And it won't work because you're breaking autonomy. So, a very good example of this, most companies have got some kind of mandatory courses, and a lot of them are turning to computer-based courses now, CBTs. Usually there have been a few videos and a quiz and you're done with it. But now people are trying to get them to be more engaging, and what you find happens is they tell a developer, we need to make this a bit more interesting, a bit more engaging, God forbid a bit more fun. The developer goes, well, I've played a few games. Games have cool graphics, so they start making it look nice. Games have a storyline, so they give it some arbitrary storyline. And what you end up with is, rather than something that's fun, you get something that's patronising, because it's not been designed by a games designer. It's not got the general game mechanics you would expect. All it is a quiz with a few animations that you have to sit through. And what should have been a 15-minute video and quiz at the end turns into half an hour of watching cute graphics walk around the screen whilst you're desperately trying to remember why you were doing the course in the first place. But you see, that's not how it has to be. The same process could be taken, but actually applying the game mechanics to it, whilst not making it more fun, could make it enjoyable to a certain extent. You're still being forced to do it, but you can make it so that it plays like a game. During the course of it, if you've got graphics and things, make them meaningful. Make your character something which has a meaning, has a purpose. Take them through the stages of the learning process. Have things that are unique to each player, have things they have to collect, but make sure that at the end of the game, those have some kind of meaning to that player. To be honest, if you're not going to do that, you're better off just giving them the video and the quiz, because it'll take less time and it'll cause less frustration. You don't have to make everything look like a game. As I said, you run this risk of balancing between fun and patronising. These are usually intelligent corporate people who you're throwing cute graphics at, and it just comes across as being a little bit infantile. So does that mean we shouldn't make things fun? No, not at all. I'm not saying everything needs to be a video game, but you should make the effort to make things more enjoyable for people. But as I say, fun is subjective. Not everyone is going to find it fun. So what you find fun, as I've said, is someone else's torture. So don't just rely on your own opinion. Test. Get people who are going to be part of the user group and test it on them. See if they at least raise a smile during it. Because if they've raised a smile during it and it's taken them no longer, then it's an improvement upon the original. So test, try a bit harder, and if you're not a games designer, don't develop a game. If you're interested in games design and you want to know a little bit more and maybe try and use some of the techniques, then I recommend Jesse Schell's The Art of Games Design, because it forces you to ask yourself a lot of questions and it forces you to think in a different way about games and processes. Now, hopefully you've enjoyed this. I won't say it was fun, but hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have found it interesting, please let me know. There will be a sort of transcript, the scripty type thing that I keep looking off to my right to look at. I'll post that with the blog with a few bullet points. I'll put a few links in for the video I mentioned and to Jesse Schell. If you have found it interesting, please let me know and I shall do some more of these. So until next time, please keep reading my blog. It's really good to know that people out there are reading it. I really enjoy getting your comments and your feedback on Twitter especially. And yeah, until next time, keep trying to make things a little bit more enjoyable.